The number one, Vampire Esports and Virtus Pro are the two teams that were one of the teams that actually dominated all the maps from Erangel. But APG and A7 was able to make a comeback yesterday in terms of their consistency, gameplay, and also very, very tactical maneuvers in order to actually snatch that leaderboard. So that is going to be the four teams that you have to be eyeing for. And my heart wants to support Flash again, but I'm changing my prediction here. I'm still a stats guy, so I'm gonna go for Alpha Gaming for my prediction so far.
Oh man, okay. So, well, I was actually gonna go for Alpha Gaming. There are two alphas dominating Wrangle based on the stats that I've seen so far. So let me go with the other alpha. So let's look in the boys of Alpha 7.
Okay, that's gonna be a little bit of an interesting one as well because production. Production actually went for Flash. That is cute. That is cute. But predictions wise, I'm surprised I didn't win a prediction. Like Flash was, they didn't get the chicken dinner, but I was number one in the overall standings. Yesterday. Yeah, just now. Yeah, whatever, man. Like, anyways, moving on. Obviously, when it comes to Erangel, there is going to be a couple rivalries we have to watch out for as well. In particular, it's going to be the Pachinki fights. We are going to be talking about the Primos fight. And also, there is going to be a potential Novo fight as well. So, SF does have a little bit of a small rivalry with them and also G, I think. That's going to be something that has had a little bit of like a 2-1 thing that has happened in Novo here. So, in that scenario, I think, I don't know, whether or not are we going to see that 1v3 moment coming in from SF is going to be, in particular, I think Godless is just popping off absolutely out of his mind. Like, I want to see Godless actually get a 1v4, but haven't happened. A lot of close calls coming from it, so I'm excited for that, generally.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see the Savior defending Pachinki. They love to drop in that area. APG loves to drop in the military base, and of course there's the Jorkapul area. So hey, I mean, we want to see a lot of drop clashes happen. Just like what you said, I'm looking forward to a lot of them because everyone seems to be in the mood, to give us a very good show, and hopefully we can see Erangel bleed.
Well, hopefully, and with the flight path coming from the north side as well, it is a pretty northwestern shift. Usually, I don't see Weibo Gaming wanting to stay for too long towards Primos, but Weibo. I'm looking at Weibo Gaming right now. Like, are they gonna head all the way to Primos again and have that standstill for the longest of time? It's gonna be my question here. T2K uncontested on towards the 70, so nothing too crazy. Alpha 7 was Georgia Pool uncontested as well. Gonna be okay. D plus K also gonna be joining the mix here. So I didn't see D plus K at all yesterday, so I don't think there is gonna be drop flashes from them. But only time will tell. But well, never mind. I spoke too soon. 70 is actually a contestant right now. It seems like AIA could be going up against T2K.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. T2K, the Assassins, right now going up against ASIA. So this is Crypto's team. So far, so good for both of the teams here. I feel like it's still information gameplay for the both of them, but I'm pretty sure that they are hearing all those footsteps, so they are trying to listen closely, and probably talking to each other on the best way to actually approach this situation. So let's check out which team is gonna commit the first mistake.
Now, speaking of mistakes here, Flash going up his Weibo this time. Seems like we have a new contender this time. It's not INF versus Weibo now. It's also going to be Flash joining in the mix as well. But look at Zeos going for the mad dash with shorties. No utilities, not enough armory as well. But Weibo Gaming, oh no, the silent stab. He just held the ground there. Hey, is able to take him down, but the shot saved the day, was able to trade him off. Zeos is able to somehow hold on, but Flash, they've lost 2 players. People, they want to engage his victor. Oh, just a pixel of an arm was showing, and Weibo Gaming is able to take him out. That is very, very unfortunate. Roro was able to take him out. That is just unlucky, I would say.
Oh man, Okay, it continues on. This is a very different Rainbow Gaming that we're seeing play here in Ruthless. I mean, usually they're very passive, but right now they're stepping on the gas here, and they just won! Oh my goodness, they just eliminated Team Flash, which is like a team also very much aggressive.
Where did you?
Fluence Rage giving them a little bit of something here for this Irregular match.
Wow. That is a cheeky angle as well. Wable wasn't expecting that. There you go, gets a pick. Order now needs to go in for the reset here by INF. They've heard all this commotion. They know they're weak. They are here to try and clean house, and Wable Gaming wasn't expecting a third party here. And just like that, they're in trouble. Influence Rage got Order completely surrounded, and that is going to be Wable taken out. And just like that, two teams taken out of Primors. Meanwhile, 70s fight still at a standstill. T2K puts a little bit of pause here for us to watch that match. Now we're going to continue this action here with AIN as well as T2K.
Slight advantage though for the side of ASI since they've already taken down 2 players from the side of T2K. Now, Ajaya, okay, just really waiting for the opportunity here to put down any player from ASI. He does have that element of surprise as he is on prone and not making his presence felt to the boys of ASI. But ASI, okay, they can fall into that trap, or they could go together so that they could provide that support. Casanova leading the charge here, who's Zyva right behind. They're a little bit hesitant to actually move forward, but Crypto, I think he has his eyes on Igneous here, so I feel like they are coming after Igneous first before they hunt down Ajaya.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I think they heard him, right? Igneous. Look for the angle. They spot him. Crypto was able to spot him a fraction on the rooftops. Oh, gas can. Oh, that's some serious damage here. Crypto chipped up halfway. But they have to put a little bit of a full stop here as they wait for Crypto to try and reset those houses before they go for this push. And like you said, Jaya is watching out the off angles here to try and punish this. Genius. He's got the shotties. He's trying to bait some sort of a step here, try and bait reactions coming in for ASI, but no movements yet. Crypto pulling up the smoke grenade to try and bait out those grenade pin sounds, but looks like there is no frag grenades in play coming from ASI.
This is going to be tricky for the side of T2K since they don't have that manpower, but Huzafa right now having to exchange up against Igneous. And it was Casanova that put him down on his knees here. So we're talking about the last surviving member from T2K, and that would be Ajaya. They're hunting him down, and Ajaya was able to spot Huzaifa right in an instant, put him on his knees as well. So it's Crypto and Casanova. But Crypto already, of course, getting ready to pick up his teammate here. So Ajaya, I'm not exactly sure what the plan is going to be. But he could pull off a clutch. I mean, that could still happen. It's just going to take a lot of energy, but it is still possible.
That is something insane to pick off here. But like you said as well, it's not impossible. Unfortunately, this is not Rondo, so there is no recall available. So he's going to be all by himself the entirety of the game. But nice little small pick here coming from Jaya. But no confirmations. They get the full reset. And interesting enough, this is the only drop clash left in this entire map. Like I was expecting a little bit more than this if you think about it. INF wrapped up really quick. Kochiki is kind of empty as well. Everybody is just slowly rotating the zone now. And the only fight remains is pretty much ASI and Ajaya. And Ajaya, no vehicles, only has got an A, is in a 1v3 situation. And seems like ASI is just deploying 2 players to try and hunt him down, while Huzaifa is going to be looting and trying to plan a exit strategy from the far horizon. Jaya is holding the nade. He hears Crypto, and I think he wants to lock the perfect name to try and shut him down, but all exit strategy for Jaya is done. There's no more way out, no more room, no more space. He's trying to prone his way through as well, but I think he's just straight up stuck because Casanova is just staying on top of the roof as well. I think he heard those movements. But oh, Crypto, look for it off angle. He sees him prone. He is dead. Bye-bye, Kajaya.
Yeah. I mean, Crypto did not even give him a chance to pull out his gun. I mean, it's just straight up go back to the lobby, man. Okay, ShAHID 4 points in the bag here. K2, however, also got taken out of the equation, but that was a good play. That was a good play.
I would be really impressed if Ajaya was able to take him down from that angle. Like just two to three headshots is all he needs. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So it will probably happen in my imagination. But for now, Alpha 7, they've heard all these gunshots. They are going to be tuning in, but unfortunately does not want to go for the commitment. They are going to be on the go right now. The zone is going to be closing in very, very solidly shortly, and every single team has got sent to go down. So this is potentially a 7-day circle. Well, never mind that. I'm pretty bad at predicting things. That's why I'm on zero prediction. It seems like it is going to head all the way to Yasnaya instead.
Oh man, okay, just look at that. Defus, Kia, and even Thunder Talk, and even Alliance, they do have the opportunity here to accumulate a lot of points, to assume a lot of points. I mean, D-Savior's just getting inside. We've got Skyforce as well. I mean, there are plenty of teams here that are still trying to get to a better location inside the zone. You know, Thunder Talk, okay, getting a little impatient, just doing a little bit of that spray up against Loops there, but is Loops gonna take the bait? Are they gonna go into a fight here? I think so.
I don't think they should, right? Like, okay, never mind. Like you said, nice little drive-by, but Alpha 7 caught out in open as well, and that's gonna be a hot stop from Obscure. He's gonna be picked off out in open as well. Rafinha through the 3 lines, takes him out, and now even the last player from last 2 players from Alpha 7 gets scouted out to a Rebel. Wants to get in on those vehicles, but no! The suppressed fire from Rafinha catches him. And now only 1 player remaining from Alpha 7. Hui Jiao stuck out in the open. His head is sticking out, and now New Zada is able to take him out. And just like that, Loops gets a 5 elimination domination, taking out Alpha 7. And even Alpha 7 gets taken out of the game. What a way it has been. And Virtus Pro next to fall to join them as they get taken out by GK Esports.
Okay. I mean, we did talk about GK bouncing back, and what a way to do that. I mean, eliminating one of the teams that are actually at the top of the charts. Okay, way to go. 13 teams remaining for stage 2. Oh, man. We're talking about, like, 5 teams already out? Insane.
Yeah, this is really fast, and probably the next year is going to be potentially D plus here, but I might be wrong. Skyforce's rivalry with GK did not happen, so this is them on day 3 actually, sending things like not fighting, which is kind of weird. I was expecting that it was just going to continue, but alright. D plus Kia has to lose a sound. They've had a great run here during their competition in IKR. BMIC, I would say. International Cup. But at the same time, they've been doing pretty okay. They've got a lot of experience. I was very surprised that they are not adapting to this lobby though. But Skyforce now, hold that thought. Seems like they are going to be having a little bit of run in here with E Arena. As 30K been driving by, but doesn't want to commit. It is going to be out in the open. The zone may shift onto Yasnaya. We are going to be expecting on the urban warfare field. And again, my prediction might be pretty bad here. I want to see how it goes. And yes, I was wrong. It is going to shift onto where the plus guy is as well. Loops has got a decent coverage work. We've got decent compounds, but this is the mad dash. This is the great migration happening now.
I mean, the D-Sager right now is just turning it up a notch, their aggression level, which is okay. I mean, we have been waiting for this to happen. We got Natty T right here applying a lot of pressure onto that one player of Alpha Gaming. Definitely not going to let him go on his way peacefully. Okay, he's definitely going to get that kill. And we got Paragin getting closer, and he's going to be backed up by Shin over here. So there's 3 D-Savers surrounding him. That would be tough, defending himself. And it was able to take down Shin, but here comes Paragin, of course, to rescue his teammate. Let's see if we can put down top right now. And oh no! Access denied as well!
No passport, no entry, no license, no entry, I would say. But now Sky, they've heard all these commotions. APG, they're losing in players. Top needs to try and save the day, but unfortunately, he is about to get in a very tricky situation. D Xavier hears him, he's popping the first aid kits, points still available, and another tap again. As soon as he goes out, now Nace comes in, he sees where Lavish is, he needs to line it up perfectly. Ooh, cooking up those nades. Now through the corner as well, top. Oh, nice dodge though, nice dodge.
See, this is not like one of those chicken dinner wins, but this is pretty intense. I mean, Top, the last surviving member from Alpha Gaming, and just really putting up a show here up against D Xavier. I mean, it doesn't even matter that he is all alone left to deal with business here. I mean, he is still dominating. Just look at that, punishing the boys of D Xavier. He was able to put down 2 of them, and now he's coming after Levi's. It's a 1v1 situation, and now Top running out of space here. He doesn't even have any first aid kit, so this could be the end of the line for Top. But of course, he did not go down without getting some points done as well.
Yeah, he needs to stock up as well. Like he's trying his best to actually loot up these Xavier's bodies for those first aid kits, but he's getting kept for the longest time. Levi's just holding down the fort for the longest here, and it's just so very difficult. Now he gets a little bit space to actually loot up, but even then, there's just no first aid kits. Forced to use bandages, he needs to make a mad dash, and he's gonna get out. He's still outside the zone, but that's pretty much it for ABG. I don't think Top's gonna be able to do very much in this game itself. But now on stream, we do have Vampire Esports scouting out INF, and all those vehicles pretty much expose their entire top. So Jinwoo making sure that INF is stuck in those compounds, no exit. Once you enter, there's no way out. But the zone shifts as well. Let's see if it shifts that DPE or does it shift towards D plus K? We'll have dibs on those gas stations here. And very tricky spot to be having here, but the split from D plus KL is going to be able to do a lot of damage to every single team making inside zone now.
But I feel like, they have to be also aware of the presence of those teams that are just right across the river. I mean, if they expose themselves getting lucky with some elimination points from those teams that are getting inside the zone, it could be detrimental for them. It's their fortress for now. We got Thunder Talk Gaming doing it as well. Inner Circle descending from that hill. We don't see any teams having an exchange just yet. I mean, except for D Xavier and Vampire Esports. This Lazarus taking down Levi's.
Yeah. To hunt people, they are looking to look for those eliminations. They are looking for strategic long range, I would say sneaky snipes, I would say. But that's the case always with T1 lobbies, right? It's almost those sneaky plays rather than just man-to-man, fair fight, no third-party action. It's always about opportunistic moments that gives them an advantage here. And in this case, IC coming from Yasnaya, they have get out. EK does have a okay-ish compound, but not the greatest for holding down the fort though. As IC does have a lot of ways to actually drive past them. But that's pretty much east side. West side, we have E Arena, gas station in play. Actually, I'm surprised D plus K actually conceded this spot, huh?
I mean, they have an opportunity as well. I mean, like Vampire Esports, INF, ASI 8 also headed towards that same direction. I mean, there's just one road right there leading to them. So let's see if they're going to take a fight here.
Alright, seems like that's not really happening here, but here comes the push coming from GK Esports, IC pushing up against GK Esports. The smokes are there, but the nades no connection. IC actually backed off. Just because there is a Molotov in place, so no entry available. They are going to be caught out in open. Then Molotov denial is one of the reasons why Inner Circle could not push up. And just like that, they were taking too much time outside in open. Nades come through. GK picks them apart bit by bit. And GK winning the win, and Malak goes down. Savji holds down the 4 eliminations. 1-8 denial coming in from EK. What a play as they shut down IC. But the the journey continues. Everybody is struggling to scramble inside the zone. E Arena now getting crashed by the SIA. And while this is also happening as well, on the corner of the mini map, we do see D plus Kia and VPE looking to potentially get a free shots from the sides, and even Loop Station is going to be driving by with the LMG. All right, okay. This is getting a little bit too messy here, to my taste.
Oh man, it's just Tourniquet and Joker right now presenting the arena, and they're trying to still hold their defense, for this small compound right here, and they're defending themselves well up against Loops, I can say. And Loops in a very vulnerable position because, well, Vampire Esports just looking down, monitoring the situation. And if I were to compare the situation between E Arena, and Loops, E Arena is inside a small building here, so they can still protect themselves. And I feel like getting closer, they have, they're showing interest here to come into play as well. So this could easily be a four-way battle.
But again, Joker trying to get a little bit cheeky, but 30k, Nave comes through, gets a knock, and Loops, he can take it out. The third parties from afar, even Neko Dive was able to take him down. Just like that, TT, Thunder Talk Gaming, takes advantage of this situation, takes him out. VPE could not find those angles. It's very, very unfortunate. But at the same time, the damage has been done. Beautiful stuff coming from the arena. They were able to hold down the fort. But now let's talk about the zone. Zone shifts into his D plus Kia. Chips and Stu is in the center-ish with the only solid compound inside the zone, whereas everybody else needs to push in. And this is going to be tricky. E Arena still hesitating to push onto his D plus Kia now, but they are going to try and spread their wings a little bit to try and get some sort of information. There's just not a lot to work with for E Arena, especially when they have been holed up in those compounds for the longest times, whereas D plus Kia, they were holed up, but they hear everything around them.
They have been avoiding all conflicts. They're just sticking to that particular spot right there. I am quite anxious though for the boys of Alliance. If the zone actually goes to the left side and leaves their spot, it can be very hard for them to get across, since Vampire Esports can be there to just wait for them, fish them out, get those elimination points. So let's see what's going to happen later on as we move on to stage 6. But in the meantime, we're looking at E Arena down to their 2-player. They might go up a clash up against Thunder Talk. They're pretty close with Nico Dive and King here over to the edge of the circle. And also, it can be a tricky maneuver for the side of E Arena to even survive this, just because they don't have enough firepower.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a tricky situation, but South G, I believe in him. I've seen him come out of sticky situations like this before. So maybe, just maybe, he's gonna be able to do so. But Vampire, this is my first time seeing Vampire just playing very tactical. Usually I was expecting them to be very aggressive. But so far, they've just been playing the macro game. They've been playing the long-range battles, and this entire southwest corner has just been on hard lockdown from Seongjin Woo and the rest of the gang here. And there's a saying, we've said as well, Seongjin Woo is the main character and we're all living in his world, right? And Vampire Esports has been dominating in the first days as well as the early stages of day number 2. And just like that, as soon as I say it, the circle actually shifts in this facility, divided into 2 intersections, and VPE has got full cover on the south side. And the only threat to VPE right now is going to be Alliance from the southeast corner, but even then, I don't think Alliance would try and challenge this without taking out VPE first. So that's going to be the direct confrontations between both of them before they make the next rotation.
That's definitely how it is going to go down. So let's see who's going to be winning the fight. Is it going to be Alliance, or is it going to be Vampire Esports? But as for D plus Kia, they're maintaining their composure here. This is the perfect time for them to get into those fights. They have the gatekeeping opportunity against E Arena. They could potentially shut down Thunder Talk Gaming as well, since they do have a compound at Thunder Talk. They're out there in the open. Just look at that. Nobu applying pressure onto E Arena here, making it very difficult for them to even move forward. So it will take a miracle right now for E Arena to get inside the zone.
Yeah, this is very tricky here. Like, it makes a lot of sense why D plus is just playing safe. Reason being that they've lost Osal rather early, but considering that they have hold down the fort for the longest time, ammunition is an all-time low from D plus here right now. They have to be very conservative right now. Nobu doesn't have a lot of ammunition, but we saw a nice pick there as E Arena was able to scout out VPE, and just like that, the push comes through E Arena. They're looking for points. And Joker, pick up the loot. Look at this. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Bye bye.
Well, Joker's not laughing now.
Okay, next time.
Oh man, okay, good exchange, good exchange. That was a very nice try coming from E Arena despite the situation, despite the odds being against them. And now we're looking at 4 teams now for stage 6 here. We got Geek also getting eliminated with 7 elimination points in the bag here. Alliance getting obliterated. We've got Thunder Talk also close to them. So Alliance, we've got Thunder Talk and Vampire Esports fighting all together. And D plus Kia says like, okay, we're not interested in getting into a fight, so just settle the score and we'll face like whoever wins the fight out of the 3 of you.
Yeah, that is noble. Okay, talking about restock, that's the restock right there that D plus Kia can get. But they need those confirmation. They need to stock up is the question here. They've left Chips behind to try and provide support fire. We're down to the final 4 teams. But Chips only has 2 magazines. And Song Ji-woo, his head was sticking out. Chips wanted to blast him. But at the same time, he's just keeping tabs on everyone from the south side. The zone does force them to cross onto the east side as well. 2 taps onto the head. Ooh. But could not find the 3rd connection there. Chips may have looked and going for the push the moment he gets the knockdown. But Nobu down to his last 20 bullets as well. Desperation calls for desperate measures here. D plus here, how will they do this though? 2 players, no ammunition, VPE, made their way to the east side. I'm surprised Chewy has decided to push Alliance here out of position. Like, this is out of zone.
I know, right? I mean, Vampire Esports wants to nip it from the front, right? He's not even gonna let Alliance leave that compound. And Chewy, okay, trying to flush him out, just applying a little pressure. And let's check out what Alliance is gonna do in this situation. I mean, Lazarus as well as Sung Jin-woo, they're just out there waiting for every opening that they could find to shut down or take down Alliance. I mean, they're managing 2 teams here. We still got the boys of Thunder Talk. We got Nico Dive right there, also trying to find an opportunity to get some elimination points done as well. We got Sung Jin-woo in a very peculiar angle, I can say, but he does know where to point his gun.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Alliance for sure. And Underdog, ooh, that's a cover fire here. Nico Dive was able to defend this. Chip damage came through. Could not take him out. And Alliance, they crumble. They get completely destroyed. What a flop. What a defense. What a hold. Alliance. It looked good for a second. You blink it and you miss it. And they just get completely shut down. That is so unlucky.
Oh man. I think like Thunder Talk is like not really in the best spots here. I mean, they are in between D plus E and Vampire Esports. So they could be the first team to get taken out of the equation here, and it would be a battle between Vampire and D plus E. We got Chips getting closer. Okay, a little reckless there, I can say, but let's see what he has up in his sleeves. We got Ting picking up a nade. Okay, was able to give off a big damage right here up against Chips of D plus Kia. And now they're still throwing some more down those Chips now, so this is not good for the side of D plus Kia.
Yeah, desperate times calls for desperate measures. D plus Kia, they had no choice but to push through just because they were low on ammunition. Like, shotguns are effective close range. Chips tried to make a rush there, could not find anybody to actually restock, and just like that, we lose a player. And only Stu remains, but even Stu is out of ammunition here. He's still on the watchtowers. And Vampire does not want to push this just because of the fact that Stu is still alive. So as soon as Stu runs out of ammunition, well, everybody's gonna be very, very happy about this for sure. That's so unlucky though. That's really, really unlucky for Stu. It could have been a great game, but just no way of resupplying the ammunition. That's the only problem that D plus Kids face.
Yeah. And we all thought that, Thunder Talk won't be able to, like, really maintain their position, but it turns out that D plus Q will might be the first one to go since they're down to their last player here. So I'm pretty sure D plus Q will let each other, let the two teams battle it out first before they come into fight here. And Sung Jin Woo looking to fish out some points here. Okay, Sung Jin Woo being the greatest hunter of all time, if I'm not mistaken. That is his reputation. They're spending a lot of time in the blue zone, so I mean they could probably just deny the point. But then again, I mean, who would want that? I mean, Thunder Talk Gaming is has the best chance of getting some elimination points done as well. And that was a very beautiful name right there, coming from Sydney.
That is so unlucky. Like Songjin was hunting Neko Dive, but turns out Neko Dive was just live pinging Song Jin Woo's position for his teammates going for the nade. And just like that, they take him out. That was a little bit too greedy, overexposed there.
Oh.
But a very, very cheeky play coming from Neko Dive, I would say. Very, very nice. But at the same time, they still could not go in for the push because of one reason, and that is Stu being alive in those watchtowers. You can see Stu not pulling a single shot just because of one thing, lack of ammunition. It's either confirmations or nothing at all. But it seems like Vampire Esports tries to go and keep up on towards Thunder Talk Gaming. And now one well-placed nade is all he needs, but no nades whatsoever. And how is Song Jin Woo droning on top in the middle of the road and not getting shot? But based on the positions here and knowing that everybody
you called it.
Yeah, never mind. Forget it.
You called it. But anyway, I mean, this is a great opportunity for Thunder Talk to be aggressive right now. Okay, Jui already down, and Sung Jin Woo just got picked up, and now sitting and just trying to get closer and closer while Nico to the team here, just applying a lot of pressure onto the side of Vampire Esports. But are they giving a chance for Vampires to actually reset?
I don't think they have. They just don't have the help or the space to motivate. Thunder closes this very, very clean game here coming from Thunder Talk Gaming. Patience paid off. They were just waiting for D plus K to get taken out, and that's exactly it. As soon as Suwo gets taken out, they immediately go in the flush against Vampire here. Nicely done here coming from Thunder Talk Gaming. It took a while, but sometimes better safe than sorry, I would say.
Still unfortunate though for Team Plus K. They were so close to actually securing a chicken dinner, at least for day number 3 here. But you have to give it to Thunder Talk Gaming. Again, they weren't really in the best of spots. I mean, they got sandwiched in between Vampires and D plus Kia, and that was a missed opportunity, I can say, from the side of D plus Kia. They could have just went for the points, you know. But then again, we don't want to take the spotlight out of Thunder Talk Gaming. They did good. This is a good and a decent number of elimination points as well. Good zone positioning, and they deserve this clean win, this chicken dinner from round 2.
Yeah, definitely as well. There has a lot of interesting plays coming in here, but with D plus K coming in towards the gameplay, the lobby itself, the entire K lobby feels a little bit much different now. Like a lot of macro rotations being made by D plus K made things very, very difficult for teams to actually play this circle as well. And obviously, I wouldn't say D plus K had the biggest game so far, but the impact towards the later stage of games, resulting in every single team kind of stuck in the corners, has been also D plus K's game plan on setting them up around those facilities. And like you said as well, VP being stuck, Thunder Gaming forced to rotate one of the most awkward zones ever. Like for a second, it looks like a Yasnaya circle. Oh wait, what a scam! It's not the open fields of Yasnaya, it's actually back to the west. And then from the west, it went back to the lake, and I'm like, this is a weird circle, I would say.
Erratic behavior, yeah. Alright, so match number 14 here in Irango. Again, we've got Thunder Talk, Vampire Esports, GK Esports, and Loops performing very well. Looking at the stats, Thunder Talk used a lot of nades. That is a total of 15 nades used in this match, which is, of course, I guess, a big contributing factor in securing that chicken dinner.
Yeah, for sure. But again, at the same time, it came down to a little bit of luck, angle, and skill. I think Vampire got a little bit too aggressive to try and farm for finishes, and they just got punished for it. TT, Thunder Talk Gaming just played it extremely fast. They played safe as well, which you kind of expect the majority of teams to play like how Thunder Talk Gaming plays instead of just full on aggression, especially in this stage of the zone. But well, again, knowing that Vampire knows where everybody else is, it makes a lot of sense why they wanted to go for the aggression. Like Song Jin-woo proning out over, there was a very cheeky one-way smoke, but it just didn't pay off. Like it looked good if it pays off, but it's like a high risk, high reward kind of scenario. But of course, let's talk about the MVP of the match. Nekodai was able to pick up a lot of players from the sides here with his sneaky approach, a very cat-like reflexes coming from Nekodai with 7 eliminations in this game.
To be honest, I'm loving the energy coming from PEL teams. Usually when they play in Ruthless, it's just all about getting some information or just really playing it passively. But I do love the fact that both Vivo Gaming and Thunder Talk, they're stepping on the gas. They're putting in a very great show as well. And, it makes everything very interesting. Top performers from this round, aside from Nikodai, putting 7 elimination points in the bag. Here we've got Rafina as well. From Loops, we've got Sitting with 4 elimination points. And Saf G here coming from Geeky. And we all saw how dominating that nade coming from Sitting. I think that paved the way for Thunder Talk to actually really win the fight. I mean, the timing there, the accuracy of that grenade elimination coming from Sitting, again, beautifully done. So they deserve that chicken dinner win up against Vampire Esports.
Yeah, I agree. This is a very, very important game coming from Thunder Talk as well, considering that if they get the chicken dinner, they do stand to have a little bit of a comeback to try and win the game itself. But again, I think the game plan about training for the bigger picture, or in this case for the globals in particular as well, is that Smash Rule is in play. Not for this tournament, I would say. And I think getting chicken dinners is going to be very, very important here. You can see D-Plus Care trying to eye for chicken dinners themselves. You can see Thunder Talk also eye for chicken dinners. Vampire is training for gunplay, which is why they're being so aggressive. But despite all that, they're still in number 2. With this performance coming from Vampire, they put themselves into the number 2 position with 121 points. They're finally caught up with the race leader with only 9 points of a difference between them and A7.
Oh man, and you know what? Vampire Esports is so notorious for this one. If I'm not mistaken, because I was going through the numbers day 1 of the grand finals, it was Vampire Esports at the top, but somehow they got pushed further down the ranks. It was Alpha 7 right now, the top dogs in this competition. But then again, they closed in that gap. So 9 points, just like what you said, and there's a big chance that they could dethrone Alpha 7. So there's a need for Alpha 7 to hold on to their thrones, because I don't think it's going to be for long.
Yeah, it's going to be close as well. Only 4 matches remains that decides whether or who is going to be the champion here of the Ruthless Invitational. So anything can happen. Expect the unexpected. But for now, we are going to be taking a very, very short break. And right after this break, we will continue on with the next match of Eric. I'll see you guys right after this.
Kameraman itu kepingo beli karo kece do. Par kameraman kepingo kece do. Dari sini kalau kece feeling है कोई जब इटे की बना ना feeling करना कोई इटे की नहीं बना जब इटे की बना ना इटे की टाइप मार अरे सस्ता हो गया वो नाम का तो उससे मैंने और दी ये बना लिया ini beda. Oh ini beda, ini beda. Oh sekarang dia beda. Padahal beda, boleh kata mas. Bagi keeper. Jadi baginya ambil mana? Gambar. Gambar saya. Oh, boleh. Mana yang keren? Itu boleh.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Ruthless Invitational Grand Finals Day number 3 here. Today is going to be the continuation, or in this case, we are going to continue on with the journey, see who is going to be lifting the championship of this tournament as well, because now we are going to be proceeding with the next match here. It is going to be a map of Erangel happening right here, right now. My name is ICBaby12. Joining me is going to be Red Queen to give you guys the English commentary here. Red Queen, ooh, top Erangel performers. Vampire is back, baby.
I know, right? Which makes it very hard for us since we're doing the team prediction here. I do wonder if Alpha 7 is going to continue on just being complacent, just going to be chill. But I feel like Vampire Esports, they're already in the mood here to get a lot of elimination points and to maybe dethrone Alpha 7, maybe take them down from the top spot here. So I feel like Vampire Esports, they are really, I guess, and they're turning on their level of aggression to the highest, I guess.
Yeah, so your prediction would be... Wait, how did I get 10 predictions out of nowhere?
Wait, what?
Yes, they're not wrong. They're not wrong, okay? It's 10 predictions of teams that do not get the chicken dinner. Okay, so my prediction is, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Vampire Esports now. Like, yesterday I was supporting Vampire all the way through, not happening. This time I'm gonna go for Vampire instead.
Alright, so you went with the big boys. I'm gonna give Team Flash a chance.
Team Flash. Okay. Team Flash, alright. I've got 5 predictions? Wow. Of course, yeah. 5 predictions.
Are you adding free prediction points?
No, my predictions is teams that do not get chicken dinner is different. It's completely different. And production's gone for Virtus Pro. Oh, okay. That's a little bit of switch here. They see something we don't. Makes a lot of sense as well, considering that Virtus Pro has been doing a lot of off the map, off the screen action. And looks like I'm curious to see how Virtus Pro actually does this time here as well, because they were a top contender in terms of Erangel in day number 1. They did a lot of points. They were very, very stable. But it's always been a back and throw between the 4 teams so far, right? It's between Virtus Pro, Vampire Esports, Alpha 7, and also Alpha Gaming, especially when it comes to the Erangel map as well. So every single time our predictions come true, it's like when we predict them, they don't win. When we don't predict them, they win. So it's like, it's hard.
We don't exactly know who's going to be winning the fight, but I am going to hold on to Team Flash's performance during Rondo, I mean, that was like 17 elimination points. They dropped as many points as they could, so perhaps they can do the same here for E-Wrangle. I mean, I've seen this guys really go for like full aggro, so maybe, just maybe, they can turn into the kaijus that I'm looking for just to really dominate this match.
Well, they have to be 8 teams in order to have number 8 involved, right? So I would say, are we gonna see 8 kaijus? I don't know.
Oh iya,
Or is
harga
it
kita.
8 to
Paling
1
betul ini.
is gonna be the question. But for now, the flight path is gonna be coming in from the west side of Semini, ending towards the southeast corner of Utah Power. Pretty normal. But I want to see if there is going to be a drop cash onto with Moss this time, because it is very, very far off here. People loves going there. Vampire was able to join the fight as well. But seems like Vampire is going to be dropping onto Sorky. This is... Okay, yeah, I would say the secondary drop, I must say. And surprisingly enough, nobody's contesting it.
Yeah, it's a different drop spot. Okay, interesting. Okay. I guess the only good that we can see here is that they're close to Alpha 7, so perhaps a clash can happen. That's definitely one of the clashes that we look forward to. But hey, what just happened? Okay, so T2K and ASI8 is opening up the match once again.
Yeah, that's a Severity rivalry happening here for the longest time. But this time, Yasnaya is going to be having a party themselves here. Weibo is going to be in the vicinity. E-Arena is going to be in Yasnaya as well. That's going to be another huge fiasco happening. Even EK is going to be in play as well. And even Influence Rage is going to be in play. The initial rivalry has always been INF and also Weibo Gaming. But even Flash is in Yasnaya. We've got a 5-way showdown in Yasnaya right now. What is going on? This is going to be a feast.
Oh, that is for sure. We want this to turn into a bloodbath.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a bloodbath or it's going to be ultimate camping for the next 3 seconds. It's either or only. There's no in between. Straight up.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. ASIA versus T2K. We have seen this battle going on for a while now, for all 3 days. And now Zypha making a move up against T2K here with a lethal weapon, and that's an M249, so that's a big weapon right there. From the Killfist Weibo versus Team Flash, and Tops is currently knocked down on the ground here. We got K2, just keeping a close eye onto Venom, but Zypha on bended knees. We got K2 trying to catch up to Venom. They're playing cat and mouse at the moment, and K2's just really finding an opportunity here to score that point.
Yeah, but at the same time as well, while this is actually happening as well, you can see T2K is scrambling here. Venom's all by himself to try and win this battle. Unfortunately, he's stuck in a very cheeky angle, but oh my god, the pixel shot from an off angle catches him while he's climbing the stairs. That is beautiful, beautiful stuff here from T2K. And while this is happening here as well, Yasnaya, for Weibo Gaming, they were able to shut down a few players from Flash, and now Zeus is the only player remaining from the side of Flash as they go in for the flush to try and clean them up. INF is sitting there watching the entire fight unfold there, and here comes the flush. No, Weibo, not like this. 2-man push completely shut down by Zeus. The shorties are good, and now Suki's going for the pre-fire. Does he get it? Denied as well. Zeus holds on to 3 players, and just like that, Weibo crumble. Flash single-handedly dismantling Weibo, and E-Arena comes in for the, well, in this case, INF comes in for the sweep. Oh no. I'm fumbling, but at the same time, that is just heartbreaking to watch.
Heartbreaking for me. Again, there goes my prediction again. Team Flash getting flushed out from this match. Oh man, but that was a crazy exchange nonetheless, you know. And INF, that was a good timing, I can say, you know, just stepping into the gameplay there and just getting the points done as well. APG, Thunder Talk Gaming, also having an exchange here, but the fight is not over just yet here in Yasnaya because IF, well, they're still hunting down this last part coming from Weibo Gaming, and that is it. End of the line. Weibo Gaming also out, back in the lobby with only 1 elimination point.
That is so unlucky though. For how Weibo actually lost that fight here. Zeus just able to hold on for the longest of time. Couldn't find conversions, which he did, but at the same time, things initially looked good for Weibo. But at the same time, let's talk about the zones that is going to be happening here. It seems like the zone may shift into his military island, as you can see Thunder Talk Gaming is trying to make their way inside the zone. And currently inside there is going to be Alpha Gaming going to be getting scouted out by Thunder Talk Gaming as they try to make an entry from the east side, whereas the rest of the world is still laying low here. Vampire, being one of the first teams to drop on Zarki, hasn't made their quick exit yet. And, DK now, they rush in from E Arena now with this flush. Oh, okay. That's a sandwich? Okay.
Wow.
Alright, okay, DK.
Whoa.
Okay.
What a clutch there coming from Nerdset. That was insane. I mean, he took care of business all on his own. If I'm not mistaken, that was a 3-piece kill.
Yeah, that two-way sandwich kill box was just beautiful, right? Like one left, one right. They weren't able to isolate those fights, and they just got completely hammed on with this shotguns. And now they need those resets here. Fortunately for them, there is those loot crates that they can get, but they need to heal up really quickly as well. INF, Diego looking, trying to cook up the nade to try and get an easy pick off, but unfortunately could not do so. Off angle from INF. From across the street, was able to get a couple of chip damage in, but it's 2 versus 2. Diego all by himself. His teammates on a little bit of the back lines, but not a lot of action to work with.
Well, Diego is the only one inside the building here. I mean, you've already come close into eliminating the opposition, so you don't want to get into any rush decisions for now. I mean, you do have that opportunity to win the fight, so INF, they have the advantage here, but it could the exact opposite. Let's see what's going to happen. For now, it's a standoff. We can see D Savior on the screen here going after Alpha Gaming, and we got Shin shutting down Rifus as well as Snatted T over here. They're getting their 1 elimination point in the bag there, and Alpha Gaming down to just 2. That would be Shaw and Top. So again, that was fast, and we're talking about like being at stage 1 here with only 14 teams left.
Yeah, KK now running our meds as well. Nurzid needs to pick up some slack here, bandaging his way as much as he can, but there's only so much he can do. INF still could be
channel को subscribe करें, like करें,
and again, it's either going to be really, really fast or it's going to be ultimate camping. It seems like the option here for INF is that I am going to wait for them to make a mistake, and DK, they actually make a jump here. As they try to drop them and get a little bit surprised, jump shots comes in, but oh my goodness, there's it! He wins that trade-off. Now he's down to his last small little health. His 2v1 is on the SL Queen. He's got to make every single shot count. Oh, he finds another! There's it! Last one. Can you get the full flush? Can you get the full cleanup? Here he goes! Oh, no! The denial happens. Eventually, Influence Rage comes out on top, and the damage has been done in the city of Yasnaya. It started off with 5 teams, and only 2 players and a single team remains from Yasnaya itself.
Well, we have to give it to Nerdset. I mean, that was a phenomenal performance nonetheless. I mean, that was a fight that kept me at the edge of my seat there. Okay, so getting back into the action, we've got Skyforce, Riley, phasing the ground, and that's courtesy of Thunder Talk Gaming. We got Jay getting some loots done, as well as Nick a Dive. We've got T2K Esports back on the screen here, going after Vampire Esports, and Igneous with a huge spray from the top of that hill. And I think was able to score some points. T2K Esports has been spending a lot of time here in the blue zone as well. Same thing goes for INF. It will be a long travel, from from the northern side just to get into the safe zone, and they could potentially get greeted by the boys of D plus Kia. But then again, it's still Sanjir here, all out on his own, and that was an easy, convincing win from the side of Thunder Talk. So Skyforce down to their last member. I think they will just have to focus on longevity here and just getting some placement points done, because when it comes to firepower, Godless, I don't think he can still get some points here for now.
Yeah, it is going to be very, very unfortunate here. VP actually, I'm surprised Vampire is still in shooting range. They were the first team to drop in the zone. 3 players get a ticket out, and now T2K, Venom, remains. And T2K was able to just completely shut them out. Like, looks like all our predictions has been very, very spot on. It is teams that just do not perform for some reason. And for them, in this particular game, I'm very surprised that Vampire just could not make it out. But all this considered, it's still a very, very far circle here. T2K, Vampire, they've got a lot of grounds to cover. But Vampire, they get caught out. Ajaya is able to find him out, and it's going to be taking out Red Bull, and that is it for Vampire Esports. Unfortunately, the self-revive kit not going to do much for him. Could not pull it off, gets confirmed, and T2K, they are going to back out and try and rotate it in. But the question remains here, does T2K realize that that was a self-revive kit and not a full team wipe? But we shall see. Only time will tell. Zone are going to be shifting on towards the south side of Military Island. D plus K are the only teams on the main island itself across the bridge, but everybody else has pretty much clustered on the south side. What? How is this possible? Like, how is D plus K for some reason, for some reason away from all the huge cluster of teams?
I think the game plan here for D plus Kia is to just make sure that they get to the last few zones of the match here. You know, get those placement points done before they get to elimination points. I mean, they are avoiding all conflicts here, playing passively during the first few zones here, but they could still potentially take down T2K, who is making their way from the northern side to get inside the zone here. Same thing goes for I and Nev. I mean, they are still over to the main peninsula here, and same thing goes for some of the boys of Virtus Pro. But getting into the military base or a portion of it could be hard, and we don't even know where the circle will land. Is it going to go back to the main peninsula, or is it still going to continue moving to south of Erangel? But in any case, it would be very difficult for D plus Kia here to even survive or get to the latter stage of the match here. But then again, I could be wrong. But that river or that body of water right down there in the middle, it will definitely turn red.
Yeah, but at the same time, I have a weird feeling that Circle is going to shift on towards the bridge. But I might be wrong. Though. It's happened before, but at the same time, you know, sometimes in life you gotta be in like an ostrich. You know, you gotta dig a hole, put your head in, and lay low for a little bit, and hopefully things will die down, and then sneak out of it. You know, and get a jump on other people. Does not make sense, right? But it's a good strategy.
MV, that could be the case. Okay. Alright. So far, it's a quiet Erangel, except for Alliance here, doing an angry spray up against Jay of Thunder Talk. 60-42. I believe this is Olio. Okay, and Ajay. Oh, but it was loops. Oh, the point got stolen.
Maria.
Oh, wow. That is very, very unfortunate here. But, you know, nice little play here coming from Rafiana. But at the same time, loops. They're just playing very, very safe here. And what is that? Did he just... that's interesting. But INF now going to be making their way inside the zone here. They're going to be coming from the north side. And like you said as well, it is going to be a very tricky business here on how they want to traverse inside the zone. Ferry Pier is out of the equation as well. We are not going to be seeing those boat rides, which travels from Ferry Pier and pass along the rivers inside the ship itself. A little bit unlikely. It is, after all, Circle 5. But let's see. Circle shifts. Does it go towards the bridge, or does it shift down south? Okay, it's done shit now. So D plus K, they have to cross the bridge. T2K has crossed the river. The river as well. I would say, is that an ocean or a river? I don't know, but INF also needs to cross it with military island. And Loops is in the middle of the ball, so they've got this ground cover.
Okay, so T-Plus-Kia, they could stay on the bridge, but we're going to focus on that later on. We got Alliance here. Inside the shack, 6042 was able to put someone down on his knees, but unfortunately he gets tagged as well. 11 teams remaining, and we got Virtus Pro here coming into play as well. And we've got Ragoon picking up his teammate here. They will need all the manpower for them to win this match, which, I mean, this is a great opportunity for Virtus Pro. They are still a complete squad here. They haven't put any points just yet, but it's a big advantage, if I were to compare it to the other teams here. Thunder Talk having an exchange up against Loops, but Thunder Talk just got eliminated from this round.
Yeah, now Xavier gonna go in for a little bit of awkward engagement here. Virtus Pro gonna be caught out in the sides as well. They're still barely on the edge of the zone, but the zone is hurting as well. Stage 4, you can see slowly chipping away at towards DX. Xavier Paragid finds a pick here. Aragon gets taken out from the sides. Needs are coming in, but zone is coming in. This Xavier, that's a knock. They need to go to the resets, either reset or back out. It seems like the zone ticking away, they're forced to back out. Paragin gets the first aid kit, but at what cost? They caught one player, but they've lost two. It's 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Virtus Pro instead. And while this is happening here, Virtus Pro, they finally make way inside the zone, but Loops is also driving along them as well. Diana goes in for the bait and switch, but no confirmations yet. And that's going to be them forcing to take a hard stop inside those compounds. Rafinha support fire from the sides, could not find those rotations. But Snilza gets taken out. Maldi was able to pick him up. Victor Virtus Pro is able to get in the push here. Rato, with the trade-off, it looks good. But now it all comes down to shotgun battle. And Rato was able to find connection here. Defense is good. But Virtus Pro still has Diana. Perfect nade is all he needs. Ooh, that is so close. But Diana, a pixel, a fraction through the cracks of the windows, was spotted out. And Rato was able to clean them up. And D plus K also winning the fight from the west side.
Yeah, up against T2K, but the fight is not over just yet. Nobu is still knocked down on the ground. And we still have Igneous here for T2K Esports. It's been a while, I can say. We've seen T2K really pick up the pace here, but the odds are also against them. Let's see if Igneous can actually make it to the other side of the bridge here. We still got D plus Kia applying a lot of pressure. Igneous on prone. Can he do a massive counter? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, but the Blue Ripper is out to get them as well.
Yeah, Snoo is just gonna keep him in check here, making sure that he does not make it safely inside his own, because he's so panicked as well, bobbing and weaving. They're just going for this long range engagement, gatekeeping each other. But the problem here is, no, he got gatekept by Snoo. He bled out to the zone. That is so unfortunate. That is so very unfortunate, though.
And just look at that. I mean, D plus K, after having an exchange against D2K, they will have to deal with the top dogs here up against Alpha 7. So what are the chances on that one? But D Savior, that's the end of the line there. 3 elimination points. We'll probably see them in the last 8 wrangle. Of course, we're gonna see them in the last 8 wrangle because they're still part of the tournament. As for Inner Circle, we haven't seen much of Falak's group so far. We haven't seen them really go that full aggro just yet. They haven't, they only have 1 elimination point, but still plenty more of opportunity here to score some more. Alpha 7, just like we've anticipated, they're coming after D plus Kia. They're making it very difficult for them to actually step inside the zone. Well, I mean, Revo gets knocked down, but Alpha 7 remains to be a strong competitor here. As for Inner Circle, they are seeing Loops goes in for the drive-by, but they're not hitting their targets just yet. They're close with Alliance, though. I mean, Falak is just right there.
Yeah, I don't think Falak is able to connect those shots here. That is just like, if you're not prone and looking at the moving vehicle like this and leading your shots, it's not very, very likely for you to connect those shots. Unless the vehicle is stationary, that's going to be a little bit different here. But again, very, very tricky here. I'll be really impressed though if he connects those shots. But for now, 6 teams remaining. IC is going to be coming from the south side. Luke still has zone control inside those compounds. Alpha 7 going to do the due diligence, so in this case, their SOP, housekeeping as well, try and clean up everybody from the sites. As Alpha Gaming now. Top, he's been all by himself for the longest time. He's able to find one frag us just now, catching off these DX Xavier. But there's only so much he can do. His vehicle is exposed. Alliance has got him completely kept in check. And with the zone coming in, it's going to be tough. Like, even inner circle from afar is able to spawn. Does he see the pixel? Oh boy, Naki. Yeah, he sees him. Here comes the tap. Chips away at top. But no confirmation though. But top still has time. Smokes comes in, but top needs to make a mad dash for this. There's just no way out for tops. I'm sorry, my man. He's going down.
Is he though? Well, let's see. Okay. I mean, there's some smokes that had been popped. So that is somehow concealing Top's location for now. Falax just trying to guess where Top is at the moment. A little difficult. But all for one, okay. He is having a competition here up against Falak on who gets to take down Top in this situation. So, I mean, we've seen Top really aggressively and also very good at defending himself. But at the end of that spray, it was Alliance that took that point. But here comes Falak right now, spotting down the enemy and punishing him for getting that point.
Yeah, they've made too much noise for like instantly. IC goes in for the push, takes him out, but this aggression here from IQ is not going to be unpunished here. As Luke was able to hear all these commotions here, finds an off angle, takes him out. Alliance has some sort of breathing room here, all for one. Last player remaining, IC now puts a little bit of full stop here to stop this push against Alliance, as they need to reposition. But Falak says, you know what, I've got a good high ground. I want to take this. I'm a little bit angsty to do so. Immediately says, you know what, not worth it. Let's back off. Bigger picture, chicken dinner is going to be the way to go.
Oh, man. Okay, this is tough. You know, Divas Kia, well, they're down to their last player, so I don't think they can score the chicken dinner, at least for this round. I mean, IC definitely has something here. But they will have to take that compound out of loops if they really want to stand a chance here. Or they maybe can challenge the boys of Alpha 7. But either way, they're going to take in a lot of damage here. So it is going to be tricky for everyone except for loops. I mean, loops, all they have to do is just wait for any enemies that would come charge onto their compound.
Yeah, that's nicely done here, coming from them. But now 3 teams remaining. Alpha 7, a little bit of a control from sides, but they do have Gorilla Hole with those buggies, so repositioning is going to be A-okay. But big threat for them is going to be IC. But for IC's big threat is still Loops, so they're pretty much at the mercy of Loops right now. So yes, Inner Circle has the high ground, but they can't over-peak this just because Loops does have those cheeky angles to work with. So it's going to be very, very tricky to play this. And zone is still in favor for all 3 teams, no rush for them. So it will come down towards the phase where this entire 1 minute, it's all about just waiting for zone, anticipating what's the news deck, probably a little bit more restock to work with. But Loops does have a little bit more space just because those compounds has a lot of bodies to figure out what to do next. Whereas Inner Circle, they're out of mats, they cannot afford to be chipped away. That's the only downside. Even for OP, he's down towards his last 2 magazines as well. So they need to be a little bit more conservative compared to Loops or A7.
Yeah, they have to manage their resources now that they've come to, you know, almost the end of the line for this match. Alpha 7 Esports, they know that they don't exactly have the best of advantage here in this situation. I mean, it's just Karelia and Gizao right now repping up Alpha 7 Esports. Loops, they have the entire compound all to themselves, and all they need to do is just really be patient and play their cards right, and they could potentially score the chicken dinner here. And as for Inner Circle, if they really want to get that chicken dinner, they will have to get it by brute force.
Yeah, they definitely need to. It's going to be very, very tricky. But fortunately for Falak, he does have the gilly suit, so it is going to be a little bit of element of surprise as well. One wrong move, A7 might be walking in towards a trap set up by Falak. And in the circle, in prime position to secure a chicken dinner right here, right now. Because of Falak's positioning. But again, there's... You know what, Red Queen? There's just nothing that's going to happen here. Like, as long as the zone favors all three teams, it's not going to be doing too much. Like, the only two players that has not making the zone here is going to be the two remaining players from Inner Circle who's on top of those high grounds. And they've got an entire high ground advantage here. As soon as they reposition, you can see Loops take action. And it just comes down to just the zone itself. Like, there's no reason to take a unnecessary fight where there's 8 teams remaining. Nobody has the numbers advantage as of yet. Maybe Inner Circle as well as Loops against Alpha 7. But even then, zone favors Loops for now. Loops, they make it a zone in the circle. Oh, Falak! He needs to be able to get the shot in. Vitin, with the car just driving off here, unfortunately sees that Inner Circle has a vehicle as well. Doesn't want to commit to the push now. It's just... I don't know, man. Like, it's just a patient waiting game now. And it's like, it's left, it's right, it's somebody making a mistake, somebody overextends. Like, it's just a game of waiting. And Alpha 7 is just so cold. Look at this. Like, this is not making much movements at all.
It's a Mexican standoff for now, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone is really being cautious here. I mean, they're so close at catching that chicken dinner, so nobody wants to make a mistake or rush decisions. We've got Loops, though, trying to get closer, getting some information done as well. You have knowledge, then you have power. But for Inner Circle, it is going to be tricky. I mean, Falak is just monitoring the situation here. He's keeping a very close eye on Gizao and Carrillo here of Alpha 7. And as for Noki and T24, they're just waiting for Loops right now to evacuate that compound. Now, this is going to be interesting here, Icy. I mean, the circle went in the middle, no cover at all. It's downright a battle. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but this time Alpha 7 has a little bit of advantage now just because of a small little off angle from the bridge itself can prove to be a little bit favorable. But Loops, well, you know what? Out in open, no problem. I just make my own cover. I've got a hovercraft. Like, where did that hovercraft come from? I didn't even see a single hovercraft in hands of Loop Station, but looks like they are going to be pulling off every single pocket strategy for this final zone. And with this hovercraft, IC is going to have a lot of problems mowing them down here unless they do some chip damage here. But OP, they scout things out. They have to back out. Even Alpha 7 as well is hearing all these commotions. They are creeping up here. But eventually, somebody's got to pull the trigger. And whoever pulls it first,
oh no!
We'll get the first job. And that's going to be Loops fighting Inner Circle from the side. They lose one. Naki is taken out. Inner Circle cannot go for the reset here as well. OP down to his last first smoke. And just like that, they have no choice but to lose Naki. No way they can save this. And they did rough it, huh? To find Falak. And just like that, here comes the hovercraft. Thank you very much. Arigato gozaimasu. Easy point.
That is not what we wanted. Okay, but here we go. Inner Circle still try their best, of course, to survive this round, but they didn't really have any choice at all. Alpha 7, we got Giz out here trying his best to survive as well, but just look at how the amount of spray, the amount of bullets actually headed towards his direction. Gizel's still very low in HP here, but is coming after another player from Loops, and it's so amazing that he's still alive.
Yeah, Loops is trying his best. Guijao, last tick of health. He's so low. Does he not realize he's so low? Just any random bullet will do. Yes, he will. Vitin clutches it, and that's going to be Loops Esports taking the winner chicken dinner of this game. But this Mexican standoff finally comes to conclusion with Loops Esports coming up on top. And again, the hovercraft is completely game changing for the use the hovercraft as information, mow them down, run them down, do whatever you want. Nobody is going to be able to do anything about that.
I was holding my breath, to be honest. I mean, very good exchange. Everyone gave us a good show. You cannot deny that fact. You know, Loops, it was amazing that they held on to that compound for as long as they can. Circle gave us, you know, quite a challenge for all three teams that got left behind. You know, it went down there in the middle. So everyone was forced to actually engage. Unfortunately, though, for Inner Circle, Noki got taken down outside of the zone, and then down goes Fallback as well. That was, you know, I guess the ripple effect that happened, you know, for Inner Circle, and also paved the way for Loops to actually secure that win. Because, I mean, Alpha 7 also down to their last surviving member. He couldn't do anything at all. I mean, he was up against 3. But, you know, it was a beautiful win, nonetheless, from the side of Loops Esports.
I think the timing of this hovercraft from Loops Esports was just phenomenal. Like, it just didn't give anybody enough time to realize that, hey, there was a hovercraft. And as soon as they brought it out, everybody was like, wait a minute, we're stuck in our open. The only way they shut this down is that we go for a firing, synchronized tandem firing squad to take him out. But even then, IC wasn't prepared to actually do it. Alpha 7 just couldn't chime in of shutting down the hovercraft. And they just walked over everybody. So nicely done coming from Loops. I can see the hesitation from Loops to wait until the last moment, considering that, you know what, there's only 8-9 players left remaining. Why are you guys not, you know, pushing out, you know, and everything like that? But logically, if a zone reaches to this stage, you would expect more than 3 teams. You would expect more than 5 teams. So I guess Loops Esports is just sticking to their game plan or SOP in order to execute the strategies here.
Timing is also key, right? I mean, you have to know when to step into the battle here, and that was a very good display coming from Loops. And again, you know, adaptability and versatility, these are also some of the ingredients, you know, in cooking that perfect chicken dinner. Head-to-head, 1,817 damage output coming from Loops. And the MVP of this round, none other than Radoboy 7, 5 elimination points, 677 damage output as well. Not so much utilities used, but it did the job.
Yeah, they play, you know, they did it really well. They got the win over the chicken dinner, and that's very, very important for them. And yeah, I would say Radoboy deserved it. Loops played a very tactical game, and they've got themselves a total of 13 eliminations in the process, so that's huge for them. But let's talk about the top performers of that game itself as well. At the start of the game, Flash Sayers was able to single-handedly dismantle so many players coming from Weibo Gaming. Unfortunately, they were taken out very, very early, but that still gives them 4 points back. Rafinha going to be joining them as well. And same can be said for Nerzit as well, because that shotgun defense coming from DK was just phenomenal. So 2 very, very good games. I would say good individual plays coming from them. But let's talk about the overall standings here. 23 points in the hands of Loops. Alpha 7 Esports 10 points. I was expecting a little bit higher here, They've only got 4 elimination. What am I seeing wrong here?
Well, I mean, Alpha 7 Esports still, I think, is the top players in the overall rank as well. We'll just have to confirm that later on. Yeah, I mean, I was
yeah, for sure
gonna add something to a nerd said. I mean, yeah, that was a valiant effort. You know, him defending himself and the rest of the team up against I guess 3 players. That was a very good effort done by Nerdsit right there, and you know, that kept me at the edge of my seat, just like what I said a while ago. Match stats here. Longest elimination distance, that was coming from Levi Safety Savior, a total of 225 meters. 93 throwables used. This is a little low compared to what I am used to. We always see this number
at 300, 350.
200 to 300. Yeah. So this is pretty low for my standard. And just like what we talked about a while ago, Alpha 7 still at the top of the game, 140 points in total. But we got Team Flash reclaiming the second spot from Vampire Esports.
Yeah, the way Flash actually did it was just 4 points of difference. Like VP got 0 points from that game. It's just a little bit unfortunate here coming from them. Alpha 7, again, one of the most consistent teams here. 10 points per game is all they need, and they will secure the trophy itself. So, but on this case, that's going to be the overall game plan if you were to follow the old rules of placement points and just farming points all the way through, which again, right now is going to be the scenario, right? But Smash Rule not in play. So when Smash Rule comes to play, you got to have those chickens. So you can see some of the teams for loops as well, why they're playing so conservatively is because they are looking for this chicken dinner. So again, no Smash Rule, but the ideology of plays now is set in steel with this player. So you can't really change them from it, but we shall see. But for now, we're going to be taking a very, very short break. And right after this break, we'll continue on with the final map of Erangel before we proceed into the map of Miramar. See you guys right after this.
मेरे कुछ बजे बैठा नहीं कोई शीरा दे फरा से कम ही शीरा है साजान दे और गुलन गुल मना रखना है मुझे
यो कम है बस थोड़ा पानी मुझे क्या है चाय माने जल्दी चाय दो मिनट
दोस्तों पानी दे सही को दोस्तों पानी करते ही
अरे वो तो स्टडी ना ये जो बड़ा बोतल लेके रखी हुई
कितना बदल
तो इन्हें पूछा तो
नमस्ते पानी
पहले कौन है यार
भक्ति वाली मत ईंदी आहे
पानी मोटर है
पानी वाली हेठि थो वञणो पए
हेठि वञण पे भरे पाणी चांहि में करी ने हिन को तो हिन बंद करी इधर ही बोला यार उसी की गेम की बात कंप्लीट करियो તમારે ખબર ચાર છે કેટલા એક પણ જતી
I'm recalling a teammate. Please recall me. Thanks.
કાલે એક દો કાલે એક દો તો મોકલી મિલી ચાલે તો મોકલી હા તો સમ મોકલી આવ્યો હોય ગઈ મને તો કોણ ચા આયા હું નહીં કે ને કાલે ટીકી ચા પણ ચા એટલે ગંદે લો આ કોઈ બોલાય ગંદે તો ખબર કેવો વાદે કમિયા જે વાજો કાલે મારે કાપ છે ખાપે કરે ને એક મિનિટ કાપ છે હા મારા ઘરે સલાઈ મને થી તો તમારે સલાઈ મને ઓ ભગવાન કોયા अब पोए बड़े बीजी थे पूरे रात ही तय करे पोया तो पाना ठींडो तो समाधानी हो गया उनके फरार है सर वो तो पोया पाना ठींडा मसला में पूरा में होते हुई खबर है कमी ना देखो डेकोरेट करा घर के इना हमने इना भद्रावाद का अपने घर सजाएगा ना कुछ समाधानी मारी हाल में सब
3 down, 3 more to go before we wrap things up and crown the winner of for the entirety of this tournament. Again, you are back with Red Queen together with IC. This is the Ruthless Invitational Showdown.
Yep. And this is going to be the final map of Erangel as well. And we've seen two very, very interesting maps of Erangel as well. It came down towards the finals, few phases of the stone, a very, very big stalemate as well. We saw a 3-way Mexican standoff in the first game of Erangel. And again, in the previous map as well, with New Station coming in on top with the winner chicken dinner. And now this final day has been a little bit of an interesting here because day 1, we see explosive games coming from Vampire. We see explosive games coming from Virtus Pro. Game 2, it was Flash and Alpha Gaming and also Alpha 7. But today itself, there has been mixed reactions between all the teams here. So I'm curious to see whether or not will any of this top performers, in particular Vampire Esports, step
मेरी मैच खत्म दियो नेट स्लो दियो